Hello. Okay, I'm going to basically try to show you my setup here. I'm not a light man or anything. I'm a drummer in a band in Toronto called Slingshot, and so a lot of little bars we play in don't have lights. So I picked up a couple of Microh LED bar 2s, and we've been using them. And there's a demo for them online if you want to see what they do. But basically, I decided I want to get a controller for them so we can get a little bit more happening with them, some scenes and some effects. And so I went out and I picked up the Chauvet Obey 10. That's probably like the most basic one you can get. And I'll set it up here. I say I'm not a light guy or anything. And I've been looking online and I haven't really found anything to show you how this type of setup could work for you. Everybody's got a lot of fancier stuff with a bunch of separate lights, so I'm going to set it up. Alright, so I've got everything hooked up now. So basically you run your wire from the DMX controller output, and this one only has one output in it, no inputs, just one output, so can't go wrong there. And then into the input of the light, and then there's an output on the light, into the input of the next light, and I guess you could just continue chaining them for as many types of lights as you have. And okay, so I did that when I originally bought the lights, and it didn't work. And I'd asked the guy in the store, basically, what do I need to do to get these lights to work? Because I had a foot controller, and I tried to get it to work with the lights, and I couldn't get the lights to do anything with the foot controller either. And he basically told me, oh, they're just plug and play. If there's no dip switches on them, it's just plug and play. And that's absolutely wrong. You have to set up your channel, each channel to whatever light you want to control. So channel 1 on the DMX controller would control channels 1 to channel 16. So the first light I put on channel 1. Now channel 2 controls channels 17 on the light fixture to channel, would be 16 more, to channel 32. So channel 1, you can put the light on channel 1 to channel 16, and then channel 2, you can put the light on channel 17 to 32, and then channel 3, 32 to 48. So just basically 16 channels in each fixture that you can use. So I put light number 1 on channel 1, and I put light number 2 on channel 17. And I'll just take you over and I'll show you the LED readout. Okay, this doesn't have dip switches. So basically, you can see it in there. It says channel 17. And what you do is you put it on address, hit enter, scroll up to channel 17, hit enter again, and your light's set on the proper address. So that's simple. Okay, so then wow, I finally got the lights going, everything's working. So now I started playing with the lights to see exactly what they did. So basically what I found out was the first slider goes through the different programs, scenes, and chases that are built into the LED 2 lights. So I'll just show you. I'll show you the LED readout here, number screen. You start scrolling up. So from 0 to 40 doesn't do anything, and I'll explain to you why later. But when you hit 40, you start going into the pre-programmed scenes and chases. So let's say from 40 to 60 are fades, slow fades in and out, and 40 would be a slow fade, and 60 would be a quicker fade. So basically, you can set it there, and it'll just fade in and out all night, and you can put on whatever show you want. So I could hit program now and program this as a scene. So now it'll do and I can change the scene. So scene 1 would be slow fade, and then scene 2 would be the next thing I program in. So I'll just show you, I'll keep moving the fader up, and it'll just keep going through the different scenes and chases that these lights have programmed in them already. And there's all kinds of stuff in here. And it's so easy to program. So this could be program 2. And then I could slide the fader up a bit more, and this could be program 3. So it's very, very easy to program some different things. And like I said, I'm the drummer in the band, so I'm not going to really be controlling this too much. I'm going to be playing. So I want them basically just to run through some different scenes on its own. But I'm just showing you what basically the lights will do. I just keep sliding the fader up a little bit at a time. Now we're at 172, and it looks like the scenes and chases and effects might change every 20. So 0 to 40 is nothing right now, and then 40 to 60 is the slow fade, and then 60 to 80 is something else, and so you can kind of know where you're going. Some blue flashing, and then I can change the speed, and then all the way up to the top for the grand finale of the Flashorama. Okay, so that's fine. So that's pretty simple. So I was happy I got the lights to work. And I'm thinking, well, what if I want to make some scenes that aren't so flashy? And so I was playing around with it, and I figured out that channel 2 is like a master fader. So now I can control each part of the light and each light individually. So 11, 12, and 13 are the left side of the light, and there's red, green, and blue. And then different combinations, of course. You know, all of them up could be white, and so just different colors and scenes. And so now I can program different colors in. Then 14, 15, and 16 is the center part of the light. So red, green, blue. And then channels 9 is the right side of the light. 9, 10, green, 11. So I could say I want that side of the light to be blue, and then I want this side of the light to be green, and I want this side of the light to be red. You know, and so I could program that in as a scene. And then you can also use the fader, your master fader, to dim them out. Or you can dim out one at a time. So that's pretty neat. So I was happy I was able to control all the lights individually and make some scenes. Okay, so now the last thing I figured out is how to make the strobe effect work. That's built into the lights. So I put I'll just turn all the lights on. There's the master fader, and then I'll put all the lights up, which will make it white. And now the effects slider, which is channel 1, you start sliding it up, and that's what 0 to 40 is. 0 to 40 is your strobe. And the speed of your strobe. So there's like 30, 35, down to like 10, so different speeds. And then you can switch the colors. You can have different color strobe as well. It doesn't just have to be white. It's whatever sliders you put up and down. I don't know how well the video camera will pick this up. So it's basically it could do quite a few things. And if you watch some other videos on YouTube, it'll show you how to set up scenes. And I think these things are, because that's how I learned how to set up the programs, by some other videos online. And if you want, just post here, and if you want to know how to program, and I'll show you how to program it. But this program's pretty much the same way as the other Chauvet ones do. Hold down program, make the scene you want, put whatever channel you want it to be in, hit add. So now there's a scene saved. Now I can shut that off. Now I'm in channel 1, and then there's a scene. basically. Just not really, but anyway. And so I hope that helps you out. It's not complicated at all once you understand the channels and how it works. So I hope this helps, and have a great day.